Live from the Dr. Jerry Henderson Radio Complex, it's time for Card Guys. And now, here's your host, Anthony Schulte.
Good morning. Thank you, Michael, for the intro as always, and welcome to Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk, Season 3, Episode 21. Coming up today, we preview the Lions and Colts game slated for this Sunday. What's going on in Hockeytown? We discuss the disastrous start to the season for the Red Wings. Plus, we make our Week 11 NFL picks. I'm Anthony Schulte. Joining me, as always, is my man, Ryan Donnelly.
You know, I'm a little tired, just a little bit. Apologize if I feel a little down. You know, I mean, it's just another Wednesday. Just kidding. We beat Western last night, and it's Michael's birthday.
Yeah.
Let's go. First time we beat Western at Kelly Shorts since 2010. 14 years.
Think about the amount of people that have been freshmen and then graduated here that did not see Central beat Western at home.
And we did.
That's crazy.
We did.
Haha.
Pretty cool.
Fire up,
So
baby.
crazy to think about.
Speaking of the birthday boy, right next to me, Mr. Michael Rosenkranz.
Thank you guys for your well wishes. I'm an old man today, 22. Unk, as the kids would say. What a game last night at Kelly Shorts Stadium. All of us were there last night to watch our Chippewas beat the Western Michigan Broncos. It's such a bucket list moment.
Really is.
Central versus Western at home. You win. This was our Super Bowl. The Cannon's back home, and it's a great Wednesday morning.
Indeed it is. And across the way, joining us finally once again, Isaac Haffenden.
It's been a little bit, but quite frankly, last night was Central Michigan's Super Bowl. That is why we pay the school our tuition money.
Yes.
That is why we go here. We go here for that. And now that we have
Western.
seen that for the first time in 14 years, it is a great feeling that is unmatched. And it's probably going to be one of my highlights while attending the school. So what can I say?
There it is. You know, you said birthday, right?
Yeah. Oh, I knew it.
Oh, wait a
knew
minute.
I knew it. Folks, for context,
Wait a second.
last night, or yesterday afternoon, they went shopping, and I asked if I could come, and they said no, and I was like, they're going to do something on the show. I knew it.
They're doing something.
They're doing
I don't know
something.
what's going. Oh my God!
An individual.
Oh, look at this!
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Oh, there's more.
It's Michael. I got you a little birthday gift, Unk. Wonder why I asked you. You already have a hunch. I got you a size large. 'Cause
look
it's
at
gonna
that!
shrink in the wash. Look at that.
Look at that!
Jared Goff t-shirt jersey. Something
That
for you to
is
casually wear.
awesome, Anthony. Thank you so much.
Michael, I got this for you. I got you a new CMU polo.
Oh my
There you are.
gosh! You shouldn't have, Isaac.
There you are. Happy birthday,
Oh my
man.
gosh! Look at this. This is awesome.
Ryan,
Thank you.
I got you some Detroit Tigers pajamas.
Oh, look at
Yes,
that!
sir. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that!
See,
Oh,
obviously.
man, look at this.
That is awesome.
There we are.
The orange on the blue.
Happy birthday.
There's one thing
Early.
that I do love, and that's my flannel PJs.
Yes,
so.
sir.
Man,
Oh, we're not done.
Oh, yes.
What?
Yes.
You're donating Chuck?
Happy birthday, Unk. He is now in a rightful home.
oh
Yes,
my
sir.
gosh.
Oh my
Chuck has come
Chuck
home.
is home.
Home the
Chuck
victory.
is coming
Home the
home.
victory cannon
This
because
is-
he's coming home.
Yes, sir. Chuck is
Chuck
home.
the Duck. Chuck the Duck
Oh, man.
is a duck that I bought at Halloween time, and Ryan loves that duck, and it's in a better home with him.
Yep.
So instead of sitting on my floor. So,
Oh,
Ryan,
man.
that's for you. Happy birthday,
Very
you guys.
thoughtful. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Of
so
course,
much,
of course.
guys.
Anthony,
Really
there you are.
appreciate
Yes. I hope this works. Nope.
Oh, man.
There you go.
You gotta really put some.
Thank you
you,
guys.
Thank you guys.
We
so
really,
much.
really appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Wow.
Donnelly,
Thank you
for
so
those
much.
noisemakers. Those
Well,
are
for
very
those,
great quality.
For those who
as
don't
always.
know, Michael's birthday is Michael's birthday is today.
Yes.
My birthday is actually Friday.
Oh, we should have prefaced with that.
Yeah, my birthday is actually Friday.
Joint birthday celebration on
So
the show.
today,
It is.
since we don't have a show on Friday, I guess today is a joint birthday celebration. But man, I just want to say I'm thankful for the three of you guys, and I wouldn't be here without the three of you guys, and I appreciate y'all so much. And I mean, this means the world that we get to celebrate on one of my favorite things to do here. And I'm just ready for a good show, and I'm ready for a good birthday on Friday, and I appreciate the gifts. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Especially, I love Chuck. I'm glad that Chuck is Chuck is home.
Chuck is home.
Chuck is home.
Hashtag Chuck is home in the comments.
All right, what are our 3 stars?
All right, yes, 3 stars. We shall get into our 3 stars. Isaac, you're the guest. Lead us off today.
All right, sounds good. My first star is going to be Marco Kasper of the Detroit Red Wings, our rookie forward who just got called up to start the year. Just got his second goal of his career. I think that's 3 points in his last 3 games. He's starting to find his footing on this team and starting to make a name for himself in the National Hockey League. So it's really nice to see. Really nice to see another young guy doing it, along with him and Edvinsson both looking like huge pieces for the Red Wings' future. However, bright it may be.
Bleak.
I don't know what to think.
Bleak right now.
Bleak,
Yeah.
whatever it might be. Anyways, my second star, we're going to go to the NFL with Bo Nix of the Denver Broncos. 28 completions and 33 attempts for an 84% completion percentage, 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, quarterback rating of 155.52. He's having a great season for a rookie quarterback, and nobody really expected him to have this type of year. Coming into the draft, I said that Bo Nix has a chance to be one of the top-tier quarterbacks of this class. I've always believed in him, even at Oregon. He's always been a good player to watch, and it's really nice to see him finding his way in the NFL, especially with the Denver Broncos having a surprisingly nice 6-4 season.
Yeah.
For my third star, I'm going to go with Rajon Rondo, more commonly known as Chris Paul by most people. 14 points and 11 assists against the OKC Thunder in the in-season tournament, beating them by 6 without Victor Wembanyama.
And Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson.
And we have Chris Paul making unks of all ages proud out there, so it's nice to see.
All right, Ryan, let's just go down the road.
All right, my third star. I'm giving it to Big Jason Williams of the CMU Chippewas last night against Western Michigan. 3 tackles and 2 sacks, especially one huge sack towards the end of the game. So he's looked stout so far this year, along with 17 tackles and 3.5 sacks. He's been solid for CMU so far this year. My second star, I'm giving it to Jakob Pertl, who in Toronto's first win on Monday in about 3 weeks, 30 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. However, 6 turnovers, but who cares? Jakob Pertl's been a stud for Toronto.
6 turnovers, so he must be a bust. He must be not worth any money in the NBA.
Oh, like one Cade Cunningham?
Yep, according to Mark Gardner on Facebook.
Yeah, you saw Mark Gardner. And my first star, I'm giving it to Jason. We did it! Tatum.
We did it!
Who beat the now defeated Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Cup last night. 33 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. I mean, those are some pretty good numbers for a second option. But those are my 3 stars.
My third star is going to go to Anthony Davis. 26 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists in the Lakers' win over the Utah Jazz, I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jazz are struggling this season, and
Mightily.
Anthony Davis continues to show impressive numbers whenever he takes that hardwood floor for the Los Angeles Lakers. Second star is going to go to Justin Kirkland of the Calgary Flames. He had the game-winning shootout goal in his contest last night, and now I'm blanking on who the Flames played. I want to say they played, yes, the Islanders, who the Red Wings play on Thursday. We'll get to them a little later in the show. And my first star is going to go, I got to give it to my dog, Tristan Matson, Central Michigan. He had 3 field goals, 1 from 30, 36, and 47, and 1 PAT. So 10 total points in Central's win over Western Michigan. He had a great day out there for us. Clutched up as he usually does on the gridiron. When you need those points and you get him in field goal range, he's got that leg to help you. So those are my 3 stars.
All right, I'll quickly hit my 3 stars now. Number 3, Dante Kent for the Central Michigan Chippewas. Had a really, I'm counting as a return touchdown. That even ESPN2 said that was a garbage call, block in the back call. That return touchdown broke the guy's ankles. Kelly Shorts was electric after that. Dante Kent, he's been stellar all season, so he gets my number 3 star. Number 2, Joe Mixon. Pulled me within 3 points of a fantasy win. I scored 163 fantasy points and lost because I didn't start J-Mo over DK Metcalf.
And guess who told you to start J-Mo?
You guys.
I did.
Yeah.
Man.
You said DK or J-Mo, and I told you J-Mo.
Isaac said DK was a safe pick.
I said DK. It's safer.
He said it was a safe pick.
You never know what you're getting from J-Mo. It's either 100 yards or nothing.
That's very true. That's very true. So my second star, Joe Mixon, that the 3 touchdowns on the night, like 155 total yards against the Cowgirls. So Joe Mixon's my second star, and then my first star, Dalton Connect 4, if you will. 30. Let's see if I can remember this off the dome. 37 points. 12 of 15, 75% shooting from the field, 9 of 12 from the 3-point line, and he had 21 straight points for the Lakers as a rookie. Their rookie class, 16 and 17. Jared McCain, Dalton Connect are looking like the 2 best rookies in the class. Yeah. I really like Dalton Connect. I thought he was one of the best value picks in the draft, especially for the Lakers, getting some much-needed shooting. Dalton Connect is my first star. Gentlemen, let's start with the Lions today.
One quick thing. I wanted to say Jared McCain and Dalton Connect are only behind one certain rookie, LeBron Ramon James Jr., the best rookie of this class, obviously. I think Dalton Connect and Bronny James, they're going to be forced to hang out, so Bronny can get better.
I think they've already been forced to hang out.
Yes.
That's why Dalton Connect missed those 3 shots.
Oh,
yes.
Already then.
Anyways, the Detroit Lions, they play a game on Sunday against the Colts in Indianapolis. It's going to be an exciting game. You got a pretty exciting offense. Anthony Richardson, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman still on that team, right?
Oh, yes.
Josh Downs. You got some pretty exciting pieces on Indianapolis, but then you have the Lions, the hottest team in the league, the best team in the league, not just the NFC or the NFC North anymore, the entire NFL. You got one of the hottest teams going into Indianapolis. It's going to be a tough environment. It's going to be a tough game. Some would consider it a trap game. How are we feeling about this game on Sunday?
I'm one of those people that say it's a trap game. I think it won't be a blowout win. I think it'll be, if we win, it'll be by at least a score, I think. Indy's good. You do not count them out. Their defense is great. I mean, DeForest Buckner has been blowing through offensive linemen so far this year. And this offense, despite not having a quarterback, a consistent quarterback, don't count out their offensive line. Quentin Nelson is still one of the best offensive linemen in football, along with his supporting cast of friends. Don't count them out at all. I mean, Jonathan Taylor has been a dud all year. But don't count out Michael Pittman and Josh Downs. They've been 2 of the best wide receivers so far in the AFC. The only downside to this team is really quarterback and running back. I mean, but Anthony Richardson looked very stout against the very crappy New York Jets. So hopefully we could. I just want to win. That's all I want from this team. I mean, we blew out Jacksonville going into Indianapolis 5-6. I believe this is a trap game. Their defense is wonderful. I think their offense, they just need a consistent quarterback to basically be competent in the NFL. But
and you got to develop that with Anthony Richardson.
That's also true. Lions did activate Broderick Martin from the practice squad, so hopefully he could help out a little bit, obviously filling in for Alex Anzalone. Jack Campbell did show up on Sunday, so hopefully we can get more production out of him. Obviously, Zadarius Smith playing his second game with us. He's looked pretty good. Just got to click. Just got to do the same stuff you've done the past 8 weeks, or 7 weeks, and then we'll pull out a win.
Efetu Melifonwu also got placed right back onto injured reserve yesterday too. So we lost Iffy again.
Okay.
It's a tough loss, but
I mean, it's not like we've had him at all this year.
Yeah, our safety room looks good, so it's not. It sucks to lose him because he's a good player, but we have our safeties, so nothing really to worry about there. I want to see more of the same from Jared Goff. You know, he had a really good bounce back game against the Jaguars from that really rough Texans outing. I want to see more of the same from Jared Goff. Just cool, calm, collected in the pocket. You're going to have your whole offensive line for you on Sunday. You're not going to be missing Decker or, missing Glasgow. You're going to have the whole unit there. You're going to have time in the pocket. Just make those smart throws and keep lacing the ball like you have been because, for the most part, other than that Texans game, he's been pretty perfect this season, you could say.
Yeah.
That Texans game was really the only blunder. And I guess the Tampa Bay game.
Tampa, yeah, he kind of put up a stinker.
He's had his goofball moments, but
then again, that game was just not getting in the end zone.
Yeah,
that game was just poor play calling.
Yeah, it really was. But more of the same from Jared Goff. Running the ball, utilizing your running backs like you have been. David Montgomery on those short yard downs. David Montgomery when you're at the 1 yard line in the red zone. And Jahmyr Gibbs, those long electric runs, they call them Sonic and Knuckles for a reason. Utilize them. I think utilizing your run game, especially in a hostile environment on the road, that would also be nice too. So to seeing Jared Goff stay competent, utilizing your run game, and just getting overall solid production from everybody will beat this Indianapolis Colts team. They're pretty good, but they're nothing special. Just play your game, and you should be fine.
Yep. I will say this. Indianapolis is like a 4 or 5 hour drive from Detroit. Yeah. I think this stadium's going to be absolutely invaded by Lions fans.
Yeah, well could be.
Shout out Nate Alexander, a friend of the program. Yes. I know he's going to be in attendance for that game in Indianapolis. But basically, Lions, we've said all we can say about them, but they're good. Best team in the league, quite frankly. But let's talk about the Colts. Let's talk about what happened versus the Jets. Their running back, supposedly superstar running back, Jonathan Taylor.
On your fantasy team.
Yeah, he's not having a good year on my fantasy team, but I leave him in the lineup because I have nobody better. Jonathan Taylor had 24 attempts against the Jets for a whopping 57 yards, an average of 2.3 yards a carry. It's pretty bad. This Lions run defense has been stout all year long.
We've shut down almost every single running back for the most part.
From Mixon to ETN.
ETN last week.
Literally anybody would play. Mm-hmm. So I'm not too worried about the running game. And since the run game is likely going to be shut down by the Lions, that's going to force Anthony Richardson to make some plays, which last week he actually did have a pretty good game. 20 completions on 30 attempts for 272 yards and 1 TD. Solid game. So basically we are going to be asking Anthony Richardson, the young quarterback who's been shaky at times,
took himself
been
out
a little
of the
raw.
game.
He reminds me a lot of a young Josh Allen before he found his footing. I still believe in Anthony Richardson. I think he can be a good quarterback. He has the physical tools and the arm.
He has the potential.
But the accuracy has always been questionable throughout his career. So basically, we're going to shut down the run game and ask Anthony Richardson to beat us by himself on offense. But on defense, the Colts do have a very stout D-line featuring the likes of
Kwity Paye,
DeForest Buckner. Kwity Paye, 2 sacks last week. Good player. Grover Stewart, good run stopper. Who else? Oh, who's the rookie? What's his name? Latu Latu, the rookie. He had a sack last week. He's been pretty good. They have Kenny Moore in their secondary. EJ Speed at linebacker. Taven Bryan still plays in the league. I didn't know that. That's a fun fact. But, yeah, they're an interesting team. The Lions have definitely done their job of taking care of, let's just say, inferior opponents all year, blowing them out consistently not playing down to their competition, which a lot of good teams in the NFL do, is they barely beat or lose to these inferior teams. Like the Ravens did it this year twice, to the Browns and to the Raiders, yeah. So
and also you look at the Vikings too. Yes, they beat the Jaguars. Yes, they beat the Titans, but they beat the Jaguars by 5 in what was a absolutely god awful game, and you only beat the Titans by 10.
Yeah,
you beat teams
playing down
that
your competition is not how you consist. It's not a model for success in the NFL.
They've beaten
at least
teams,
postseason success.
They've beaten teams that we've beaten by like a combined score of 90 by like 15.
Yeah. Granted, any given Sunday, it's the NFL. There's a chance the Colts could make it a game or maybe squeak out a win. I don't think this is going to be like a Jags or Titans type blowout, but I think the Lions should win by around. I think it's fair to expect the Lions to win around 10.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
10
10 is
something like that, like
couple scores,
like like maybe a 2-possession game.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see, but I think Anthony Richardson might have some moments where he flashes his potential, but ultimately, is there a chance the Lions? I mean, I hate saying it, but you got to be due for a trap game at some point, right? I mean,
And I think this is the game.
I don't know.
It's either this game or the Bears game on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think the Bears game will be a trap game if Eberflus is gone before Thanksgiving.
Nope.
Which I don't think he will be. Henceforth,
Bears are poverty.
This
Bears
is-
are poverty. Bears are
This
poverty.
is the trap game.
Michael, any thoughts?
This is a game where Anthony Richardson needs to be mistake-free, or else the Lions are going to walk all over Anthony Richardson because he's going to get in his head as he took himself out of the game a few weeks ago with all of those interceptions. I think he had 3 or 4 in one game.
Yeah.
Before he took himself out of the game. But this is a spot where you can expect the Lions to stop a run. They have the 5th best rushing defense in the NFL, allowing just a touch under 95 yards per game. You're going to have to utilize your run game. I'm expecting the Lions to shut down Jonathan Taylor. He is a darn good running back, though. So don't be surprised if he goes off for a couple flashes of chunk plays, because that's just Jonathan Taylor. He's a very good running back. And pass defense for both the teams, I think, is a little subject that we could delve into a little more, because the pass defense for both the Colts and the Lions is not the best. Colts are 26th in passing defense, allowing 231.5 yards average per game. Lions are 27th, right under them, 232.7 passing yards allowed per game. So it's really going to be all about stopping the run, I feel like, and who's going to pass better. Jared Goff had a great bounce-back game. I'm expecting him to be calm again in the pocket, make those big passes that he's used to making, hit his receivers. He's got the Amon-Ra St. Brown connection. He's got the Gibbs connection even on the screens. He's got the Monty connection on the screens.
Laporta might be back. So you're getting all these different options back. Montgomery, Gibbs, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, they've connected for 8 straight times. That was the stat. It's 8 straight times now that they've connected for at least 1 touchdown in a game. So could we see number 9? Possibly. Lions got to play disciplined football. They got to play their game. Do not play down to your level of competition. And that's the thing that I love about this Lions team. They don't play down to their level of competition, and David Montgomery spoke on that. He said, if you don't want us playing down to your competition, maybe just play better football in general. Yeah. I love that mindset.
That's a great quote.
Yeah. I love that mindset from David Montgomery, and it's 100% true. If you don't want to have these close, if you don't want to be in these close games where you're giving your own fans heart attacks watching the game at home, play better football. Draw up better plays, find flaws in the defense,
execute better.
Exactly. Should be a good game on Sunday. I'm very excited for it. Lions have a chance to go 10-1 here. I think it would be the first time since 34 as well.
I think so.
It would also be the first time since 1934 that the Lions would potentially go 10-1. Very interesting game on the clock from the house that Peyton Manning built. Should be an interesting one.
Should be. So it's Lions-Colts Sunday. Lions are seeking their 9th straight win. And here's a little tidbit. Lions have never had back-to-back 10-plus win seasons.
Really?
Wow.
Ever. That's according to Colton Pouncey of The Athletic. So
that's happening.
It's happening. Hopefully it happens this coming Sunday. Gentlemen, I think it's time for our weekly NFL picks.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So let's have some fun, shall we? We got Thursday night's football tomorrow. My entries. There we go. Steelers, Browns. It is your game, Isaac. I'm going with the Steelers.
Good.
No brainer. Give me the Steelers.
This is a no-brainer. Give me the Steelers. I cannot wait to hear David Hall. I was going to say lose his mind, but he's probably not going to, because he's a big Steelers fan and he despises the Browns. And if the Steelers lose to the Browns, he is not going to be happy about it.
All right. So next game, Bears, Vikings.
Ooh. This might be tough.
I mean,
Is at
Bears
Soldier.
almost beat the Packers last week, but I think you got to go with the Vikings.
Despite the record, the Vikings are beatable, 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. That's tough.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, thank goodness.
Whoa!
I have a feeling. Whenever I have a feeling when it comes to football, I never act on it, and it bites me in the rear.
This isn't my upset, but I will join you.
Give me the Chicago Bears. Look, Chicago, they're due for a win. They almost beat the Packers last week. What have we seen from the Vikings the last couple weeks? They have not been winning. I mean, Sam Darnold played a good game last week, but they should have won by more. If they're this contending team, they're this big team in the NFC North, in the NFC in general, they would be blowing out these teams just like the Lions and everybody else in the league are doing. They're not. They almost lost to the same Jaguars that got completely dismantled at Ford Field. I think the Vikings are going to come in on their high horse like, oh yeah, we're 8-2. This is the feeble Bears. And the Bears are going to come out like, Caleb Williams, I need to prove myself this game. This wide receiver core, hey, I need to prove myself this game. This defense is already good. Look at what Sam Darnold did against the Jaguars defense. 3 interceptions. I think Sam Darnold has a bad day. Give me the Chicago Bears in Chicago.
I can see it.
I could definitely
And
see
I'm
it.
going to join you because I want them to win so Eberflus is still coaching when we play them.
Exactly.
So we can win by 30.
It's what us in sales call a win-win scenario.
Yes, go Bears. For now.
Bear down.
Bear down, Chicago Bears.
This is
Not
a
my
tough
upset.
one. I'm going to stick with the Vikings on this one. I feel like that they're just going to get a win over the Bears. Bears defense is solid, but as long as Eberflus is coaching, I do not trust him one bit. Give me the Vikings.
Can't trust him, but he almost beat. He was
That's true.
a blocked field goal away from beating the Packers.
Yes,
and
he
the Packers
almost
are
beat the
better.
Packers.
So, my bad. All right, we have. You're going Skull. I heard
Yeah, Vikings.
Skull. All right, next
That just
we
happened.
have Lions and Colts. I'm taking the
Lions.
Lions.
Leos.
Lions.
All right, here's a game: Patriots and Dolphins.
Dolphins.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins here, even though Drake May has looked pretty good and the Dolphins' defense has looked pretty much the opposite.
I think the Dolphins are starting to find their rhythm with Tua back under center.
I think they are, too.
I'm going to take the Dolphins.
I am also going to take the Miami Dolphins, the greatest football team.
We will go Dolphins here.
And then we have Buccaneers and Giants.
Bucks.
This is Bucks.
Tommy Cutlets is back under center. And
more
Danny
Danny
Dimes
Dimes.
got benched.
I used to pray for times like these.
Hey Tony, let's have a discussion in the comments section. What happened to your guy you're so confident in?
He's not a bad quarterback.
Not only
man.
did he
just
get
needs
benched,
help.
he's the third string. He might not even dress on Sunday. Like, what happened? Yeah, Tommy Cutlets, he's going to probably throw 2 or 3 interceptions.
Oh,
And I
I
think
wouldn't
Mike
doubt
Evans
it.
is back, too.
Oh, but, hey, if you're the Giants, can you blame him for starting Tommy Cutlets? You get the fan base engaged for the memes, and you also get to tank for Shadur Sanders
It's,
or whoever.
Again, it's what us in
Exactly.
sales call a win-win scenario.
Yes.
Give me
All right.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Never do that again. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I never do that again. All right.
I'm Irish, by the way.
We got the Commanders, and we've got Ryan's Cowboys. I'm going with the Commanders.
Well, they're not my Cowboys. Go Commanders.
You're never living that down.
Yeah, I'm never living that down.
Upset. Cowboys.
Really? Oh! And why is that?
Yeah,
Commanders
explain
are ice
yourself.
cold now. I think defenses have figured out Jaden Daniels right now, and he hasn't adjusted yet. They figured out how to beat
Brian
him.
Robinson, Brian Robinson. No, is it Brian Robinson Jr.? That's his name? I get
Yeah.
confused with him and Brian Thomas. Brian Robinson's going to have a big game against this Cowboys defense, in my opinion.
I got to go Commanders on this one.
Yeah.
I would go crazy, though, if this upset were to hit.
Yeah, that would be pretty. That would be pretty
Taking
cool.
a look
That
at the
would be.
injury report, Deron Bland is questionable. Jake Ferguson is questionable. Brandon Cooks is out. Zach Martin's questionable. Tyler Smith is questionable. This Dak Prescott's obviously out.
Isaac, I propose you this question. How can you trust Cooper Rush against a very much improved Commanders defense throughout the year?
Because he went to CMU.
Yeah, fair point.
Fair enough.
I can't not.
This Cowboy, despite Parsons back, I think
Parsons was nothing against that Texans offensive line.
that's also
No,
true, but
he wasn't.
I think once Jane Daniels has a bad week, he comes back with a pretty solid week. So I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
All right.
We'll see, but I don't know. I just think the Commanders are just starting to come back down to earth. I don't. think
That's a fair point.
I don't
That's
think
fair.
they're
The
anything.
The Cowboys
like,
are due for a win.
I just
They
don't
are.
think the Commanders are a legit contender in the NFC yet. I mean, they're a good team. They're a playoff team, but they're just not there yet.
Yeah.
It's the NFL. Any given Sunday,
All right.
teams can win
Anyways,
games.
let's go
The
to
Fighting Taylor Swift.
Fighting Taylor Swift.
Give me the
Panthers.
Carolina at Chiefs. No chance.
Do you say give me Carolina at Chiefs?
No, I'm just kidding. Carolina has no chance. Give me the
Oh,
Chiefs.
okay.
They're getting
He
killed.
started. He started
hold on.
with Carolina.
No.
Hold on.
Wait.
There is an argument to be presented here.
No, there's not.
Bryce Young is starting to figure things out a little bit.
No, there's
Oh, if
And
Carolina
the
pulls
Chiefs
this off, dude,
almost
that would be
lost
legendary.
to the Raiders. Chiefs almost lost to the Raiders.
If the Panthers win, I will. Get
I will
up and
be so
applaud.
happy.
Oh,
I will
same.
applaud.
I
That would
am
be
picking
great.
the Chiefs, but if the Panthers win, I will not be upset.
No one
I'm
would
picking
be
the
upset.
Chiefs too.
be
Hey,
extremely
the Panthers
happy.
might be a fun little plug and play into the parlays. That's
Oh,
Can make
there
some
you
good
go.
money if they
Yeah.
actually do pull it
what I'm
off.
saying.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, our next game we got Titans and we got Texans.
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 Our next game, Broncos and the Raiders. I'm going Broncos.
Broncos.
This is Broncos.
They're having a very good season.
Very
I did not
good
expect.
season, yes.
Did not expect this from them.
All right, we have 49ers and Packers.
This should-
Ladies and gentlemen, the
There it
Ryan
is.
Donnelly upset of the week. It's not going to hit, but give me the San Francisco 49ers to beat the Green Bay Packers.
I
can see
like it.
This is going to be a good
I
game.
like it.
I
too.
want the Packers to lose.
I just don't think the Niners are what they like. They're still good.
If the Packers lose, does this knock them out of contention for the NFC North, do you think?
I think so.
4 losses.
for the division,
Yeah,
the
for the
division.
Division, yes. Wild card, no.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
what I'm
don't-
saying.
I don't know. I think the Packers win. I just don't think the Niners have the same firepower they used to have. But we'll see.
That's a great upset pick right there. It's
Thank
really
you.
good.
It really
I'm
is
stuck
a-
on this.
That
game.
is- that's gonna be a
I
good
really
game.
is a good
And because I
upset.
picked them for my upset, they're going to lose.
Well, it's America's game of the week, so it'll be a fun one.
I'm gonna go.
I don't know, man.
This is tough. I'm gonna go. Man, this is tough.
Yeah.
I have the Packers locked right now, but this pick could easily change.
I might have to go Packers as well.
I'm going Packers.
I'm so locked in on the Niners. I have a
that
feeling
might switch, though. Honestly, it
that's
just
going
depends.
to be
That
a
pick
fun
is
game.
tentative.
It depends on the 49ers injury report.
Yes,
That's also
no
true.
doubt.
All right, next we have the Cardinals and the Seahawks. One of these really even games here.
Battle of the
that's-
Birds.
This 425 window is good. Dang.
Very good. It'll be a good red zone window. The Cardinals look like the better team this year, which I did not think those words would be coming out of my mouth.
That's also
But
true.
at the start of the season,
Murph from Impractical Jokers coaches a straight
Man,
ship.
this is a
good
game
ship.
to predict.
I don't know.
Tight ship. That's
I'm gonna say Seahawks.
I
Just
think
it's
I-
at home.
I think I gotta go Seahawks here. You're at Lumen, and you can never count out Geno Smith when he wanted to do something
Yeah.
magical.
But I don't know, man.
Lumen
The
is one of the
Cardinals
toughest
look good.
places to
It's a
play
tough
in
place to
football.
It is.
They designed it for it
This
to
is
be
a
loud.
very even game between the two.
Yeah,
This'll
I'm going
be
to
a
go
good one.
I mean, the picks right now are
Seahawks.
50-50. This is a coin toss.
And I mean,
It is.
I'm just gonna go with the home team here.
the
Yeah.
Cardinals are only favored or only underdogs by literally 10. Literally 10.
Yeah.
Negative 115 and negative 105.
Oh, the Cardinals are. They're favored by.
I'm gonna
No,
go.
the
The
Seahawks are favored.
Seahawks are favored.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
valid.
I'm going to stick with the Seahawks now, but this 425 window is being it's being visited again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sunday.
yes. No
It's
doubt.
not going untouched on Sunday. We got Eagles and Rams on Sunday night's football. That should be a fun one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Eagles here,
ESGLES Eagles.
but the Rams could pull one out. They have a really good offense.
And I think they do. Give me the Rams.
Oh, there we are.
Okay.
Nice
Wow.
little upset pick. So Isaac's taking a lot of upsets this week. That could
Yeah.
either be very beneficial.
That's
that
why
could
he's
bite
in
him.
last
It
place.
could be.
But that's why I will not be
You
in
guys,
last place.
you guys are fighting for last place right now.
Yes.
He's in last place because half of his picks are upsets.
I am gonna go with the ELGSEL
Eagles.
Eagles.
And then we have Monday Night Football.
The Harbaugh Bowl!
It's the
Yes.
That's going to be a good
This
one.
is
really
my
fun one.
Super Bowl. Harbaugh Bowl,
I
boys.
think, shoot, this is a tough one to predict. I'm going to go
Where we going, John or Jim?
I think the Ravens get a game.
I'm staying loyal to Jim Harbaugh. I can't do the thing. This is a really nice jersey. Jim Harbaugh.
You're welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Back-to-back
I
prime
don't know
time.
who to predict.
Wow.
See, okay, the Sunday night and the Monday night games look incredible, but we had to sacrifice Thursday night football.
That's true.
Yes.
Which I think that's a good sacrifice.
Oh,
because
yeah, Thursday
the
night football
Detroit
is an
Pistons
afterthought.
play.
Yeah.
Back-to-back prime time home games for the Chargers.
Pistons play, Red Wings play. Not that I want to watch the Red Wings. I'd probably rather watch the Pistons, to be honest. I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth.
1,000th winning season in a row.
I will be watching football. I will be watching the football game, though, too. I'll be bouncing back and forth
that's
between
good.
games.
I don't know. Okay,
I'm going
now-
Ravens. I'm going Ravens.
I'm going to go Ravens. They are going to play angry after falling short on that disastrous 2-point conversion attempt
That was gross.
to try and beat the
Ravens are
Steelers.
cold. Our Ravens are starting to get ice cold.
They are.
I think the Chargers got a big win on primetime against the Bengals. I think, and they're back at home. The Chargers, we found out on Sunday, has fans. Yeah. So, with that momentum going in LA's way and the way that the Ravens aren't utilizing Derrick Henry, I'm going to take the Chargers for now. But it could be tentative.
All right, so we got Chargers, Ravens.
I'm going to go. I'm still not even sure. I feel like if Jim Harbaugh wins this and makes the playoffs, he should be coach of the year, no doubt about it.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
But this is going to be a fun game, dude. This primetime slate is fantastic.
Outside of Thursday Night Football.
Well, yeah.
Well, for Isaac, it's fantastic all the way around.
Yes, because Mike Tomlin's going to clinch his 20th winning season in a row for.
We live in a world.
Voodoo magic, baby. It's awesome.
Mike Tomlin is an outstanding coach.
Yeah, we got some really good games. 425 window's great. Sunday Night Football is going to be good.
Do you have a pick for Monday Night Football?
Yeah. Chargers.
Stay loyal to the maize and blue.
Now it asks me how many total points will be scored in Ravens versus
I said
Chargers.
51.
I'm going to say
51's a good number.
Let's say 54.
I think it'll be in the 50s.
I'm going to go 50.
Listen.
49. I think
if you have a Harbaugh on your team is winning
I
a
was
championship
literally
at one
thinking
point.
49. That's a really good number.
Go 50.
Let's go middle ground. 50 points.
All right, well, coming up after this break, we're going to talk some Red Wings. It's not looking too pretty at LCA for one team.
No.
There's a lot to discuss. We'll be right back. You're watching Card Guys Detroit Sports Talk. We'll be right back right after this. Sports cards, signed jerseys, signed helmets, and more. Miller's Sports Cards and Collectibles is your one-stop shop for all things the hobby. Make sure to check them out down Mission Street in Mount Pleasant, right past Meyer. Miller's Sports Cards and Collectibles. Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk. Join Michael Rosenkranz,
Sports take precedence over academics.
I agree, but
Ryan Donnelly,
Corbin Burns, who is their big ticket J13 item. Scooble is with us. Scooble's our big ticket.
Did
J1.
you just call Tarek Scooble James? And Anthony Schulte.
I have an issue.
You have.
There is no break. It's a constant grind. It's an unbreakable cycle.
Yeah, it's.
As they navigate through the Detroit sports landscape. Live Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30 a.m. on 101.1 The Beat in Mount Pleasant and at 11 a.m. on YouTube. Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk. Welcome back, Card Guys Detroit Sports Talk. Isaac Haffenden, Ryan Donnelly, Michael Rosenkranz, and Anthony Schulte with you here on this hump day, Wednesday, the 20th of November. As I teased before our break, the Detroit Red Wings.
Terrible. Terrible.
not looking so
Where do we even begin with this?
They have
You
the
wanted
same
to rant,
record
so-
they have the same record as the Pistons, but somehow don't play to the record.
No, seriously.
Absolutely disgusting.
Michael, take the floor. You wanted this rant?
Yes, I do. Red Wings right now are a god-awful team. They are 7-9-1. I want to
7-9-2. They got their second overtime loss.
Because they got the second overtime
against
loss
the Sharks.
To the Sharks. That's right. So they're 7-9-2, bottom of the barrel in the Atlantic Division, just above the Montreal Canadiens, who are 7-10-2. And you go back to LCA on Thursday to play the Islanders, who just lost in a shootout to the Calgary Flames.
I thought the Pistons played at LCA on Thursday.
Nope. They're at Charlotte.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
All good. Anyways, this game against the Islanders, it's early in the season, but can we just say that this next home game might be the most important game of the season already?
I think the next two are. You got the Islanders and the Bruins.
Yeah, good point.
Yep.
And to touch on the Bruins really quickly, they just fired Jim Montgomery after he started 8-9-3, and his overall record was 120, 41, and 23. Derek Lalonde, don't know why we're keeping you around, and I also want to touch a little more on that. Derek Lalonde is bad with a capital B.
He is this year's Monty Williams.
He is literally this year's Monty Williams. Mm-hmm. But also, when do you start to also look at the guy shopping for the groceries, as you would say? When do you start looking at Steve Yzerman? This is year 6 of the rebuild. And all the Steve bots out there, trust the Yzer plan. Trust the Yzer plan. That shows you have zero expectations going forward for this season. Mm-hmm. You had goals last year to make the playoffs. You had to battle your way back after you did your notorious collapse in March.
7-game losing streak.
7-game losing streak. Yep.
I think Lalonde should have been fired during that losing streak, personally speaking.
No, I totally agree with you. I wanted him gone last year, especially in that losing streak. But at what point do you start setting expectations for the team? Because if you wait on prospects, which have 2 to 3 year window to come up, what is it going to be, year 9? Year 8, year 9 of the rebuild, and not making the playoffs? That's zero expectations for this team. This Red Wings team is awful. You have your power play is surprisingly good. You have good talent on the power play lines. I think it's 3rd in the NHL.
Yeah.
Everything else, bottom of the barrel.
Penalty kill.
Penalty kill is the big one.
Is bottom of the barrel. 5v5 goals, bottom of the barrel. They're not fun to watch. 3 shots in the 3rd period against the San Jose Sharks.
That's abysmal.
That's terrible.
3?
Abysmal.
And you have to force overtime late around the 17:48 mark, I want to say, with Alex DeBrincat popping home one on the rebound. Dylan Larkin is carrying you guys right now with his 11 goals. Lucas Raymond leads the team in 17 points, but he's only got 2 goals.
Patrick Kane's shown his age.
Patrick Kane is starting to show his age, and some people are saying, free Kane, why are we doing this to him? It's a whole team thing. Yeah. This team is not being coached well enough, and this team is not performing well enough.
Well, he lost the locker room last year.
He did.
Oh, no doubt.
It was reported he lost the locker room. It was obvious he lost the locker room. And he obviously, over the offseason, didn't gain the locker room back.
Nope.
The team, from what I've watched so far this year, granted, the Red Wings play a lot during the Pistons, so sometimes I can't watch the Red Wings. I'll watch the highlights, though. This team looks deflated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It looks like a Tom Brady football back in the 2010s. Deflated.
Yes, absolutely. It is a deflated team. There's zero motivation out on the ice, and it's just, I've had it with this Red Wings team. It's early in the season, but year 6 of the rebuild, 7-9-2, and already on the cusp of having you're going backwards, not forwards, in year 6 of the rebuild. Derek Lalonde needs to go, and Steve Yzerman it's inexcusable. People don't talk a lot about Steve Yzerman because there's so many Steve bots out there. I'm talking about Steve Yzerman today. What he's doing right now is unacceptable. Sure, it took him a decade to build up the Tampa Bay Lightning as a Stanley Cup contender, and they're still going strong. But you're in year 6 with the Red Wings. They're going backwards, not forwards.
I think that's the big thing. They're going backwards. I think we wouldn't be saying that if they weren't going backwards. And there's still time to fix it. You could still fire Lalonde, bring another Montgomery into Detroit, and you could fix it. It's fixable. It is a salvageable. It's early in the season. It is a salvageable situation if the right moves are made. And we're not seeing that move. Lalonde should have been fired 2 days ago.
Yeah.
He should have been fired a day ago.
If he loses both home games to the Islanders and Bruins, there's no excuse to why he should be our head coach. This is his last stand.
And if Steve Yzerman has the guts after these next 2 home games, whenever it is, he's got to let Derek Lalonde go. That tells every one of us he's got the guts to fire his head coach. Will he do that? I don't know, because it's year 6 of the rebuild. Not many changes are being made other than giving Jake Wallman to the Sharks, who beat you on Monday in overtime. It's just so frustrating watching this team, and something needs to turn around, whether that's Lalonde going, Steve Yzerman being held accountable for his actions. All of that needs to happen for the Red Wings to have a turnaround season. This team can go on streaks. I have no doubt that this team can go on streaks. It needs to happen now and soon rather than later, or it is going to be a disastrous season before you get booed off the ice again at LCA.
Ryan, real quick.
Vladimir Tarasenko, buddy. 7 points. We brought you in here to be a decent defender and a good goal scorer, and you haven't really done that.
His signing's been awful.
2 goals, 5 assists.
This team has no cohesiveness.
This team is the Milwaukee Bucks of the NHL. Great talent, terrible coaching.
Did you say 7 goals?
7 points. 7 points. 2 goals, 5 assists. I mean, 5 assists is still a decent number, but still, when we bring you in here to be an impact player and you're not making an impact on the ice, that's kind of saying something, right? Derek Lalonde should have been fired back in March, and I will die on that hill. I was so mad when I heard that Derek Lalonde was going to stay another year. I almost threw a temper tantrum. It was terrible. My hockey team is garbage. Listen, Michael hit all the points. I don't really have much to say except let the kids play, because Edvinsson has looked good. Kasper's looked good. Raymond, despite leading the team in points, he needs to step up. Yzerman's picks need to step up.
Yzerman's picks have been. I mean, they're all young. They're
all young.
They don't have. There's nothing. Seider's been good. Raymond's been good. Our best defensive pair. Our best defense is with Seider and Edvinsson on the ice. The young guys. This is not on the young guys. And
it's not. It's on coaching.
It's 100%. On coaching. You have talent up and down this lineup.
Let the kids play for goodness
Larkin's
sake.
Good. Raymond's good.
Kane is old.
Good. Kane, I mean, his passing is still. I just don't think the system fits Kane's strengths at all.
You need to get rid of Ben Sherratt. You need to. I don't know why he has the A on his sweater. You need to get
his contract's off the book after this year. Sherratt, Petrie, Justin Hall, all these guys with big inflated contracts that just aren't playing.
That are wasting space for the young guys need to go.
No, they're going to be. Their contracts are off the book next year. You're going to have plenty. Steve Yzerman did what he had to do this offseason. Fill some holes and re-sign Raymond and Seider long term, which he did. This offseason is Steve Yzerman's last stand as GM. I give him this offseason 2 more years. If he doesn't make the playoffs in the 25-26 season, dunzo, out. Yeah. You're going to have plenty of cap space. You're going to have your young guys starting to mature a bit more, and you should have a couple other guys from the Griffins up who, mind you, are a wagon. Our AHL team is great, and I think either if you do, assuming they fire Lalonde and assuming Lalonde doesn't get it together for this team, it would be nice if he does, but I just don't see a world where it happens. Unfortunately, I think what you do is you have an intern next year, or intern for the rest of this year, and next year you hire Dan Watson as your head coach, the current Griffins head coach. I think that's what you should do if you're the Red Wings. I think
Yeah.
I think what Yzerman's doing is he's building up the Griffins and hoping that will translate towards the development of the NHL team. But I don't know. I think he's made his mistakes. He's done his good. He's done his bad. But this has been this rebuild for the Red Wings that we're going through right now is been a very, very long overdue rebuild. They should have started this rebuild in 2012. But they waited. But they just kept giving these old guys crap tons of money and bit him in the ass. Steve Yzerman did not have that good of a situation coming into here, and this team has talent. Like, from 2019 to 2024 right now, this team has gotten much, much, much better on paper, but it's just not showing on the ice, and I think that's a coaching issue. But
it definitely is.
No doubt.
Uh-huh.
No.
Ryan, real quickly before we head off the air.
I mean, you guys made all the good points.
Oh, one more point. Even in the games they win, they get outshot by like a million. Even in the games they win, they get outshot by a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the problems that we had last year have not been fixed. Defense has been atrocious. Penalty kill has been atrocious. Shots on goal, which was my biggest pet peeve last year, has not been fixed, i.e. the third period against the Sharks. I mean, these problems are 100% fixable. Will we fix them is the question. I hope we do. I hope Lalonde's gone by the end of the month. He needs to start packing his things. I mean, you let the kids play. It's just simple. I mean, you have a good mix of veterans and you have a good mix of good young players.
This team lacks a superstar.
They do need a good superstar.
This team lacks a superstar.
And
we need our Connor Bedard. We need our Macklin Celebrini. A very bad season with us getting some lottery luck this year was like. It's a really good.
Oh, speaking of Macklin Celebrini, he got the game-winning goal on Monday.
Yeah, that kid's he's a talented guy.
He is stud, and he's going to be he's the future.
The Red Wings need a guy like
Sharks.
that, like a high-end generational talent. Some lottery luck this year, maybe a bad season with some lottery luck would be nice.
Lottery luck has not been in our favor.
No, it hasn't.
All in this
We've had no lottery luck.
We've had nothing. Absolutely. What's the best pick we had? 7?
4, and it was Raymond.
4? Oh, he was 4.
But I will say this. Islanders tomorrow, Bruins on Saturday.
Winnable.
If you,
I don't know about.
I don't trust this team. There's no such thing as a winnable game for the Red Wings.
Islanders
if you lose both of them, I think this is going to be a big test whether or not Steve Yzerman has an ounce of just willingness to admit he's wrong, willingness to admit he made a mistake, and willingness to accept that fact and fire your coach that you picked. So, as much don't say what you want about Steve Yzerman, but as a GM of this team, this is a huge test for him to admit he's wrong, because to me it feels like the man just has an ego. I mean, if his name was, let's say, Bob Smith or something, Detroit fans would have wanted him gone like 2 years ago, I'm not going to lie. But he was a legend for this team, and that's given him a lot of a pass for his managerial moves.
And real quick, Isaac, that's a great point that you make, the name factor. Bob Smith, he would have been gone 2 years ago. But Steve Yzerman, because people are still picturing him on the Stanley Cup team, skating around the Joe, holding the trophy up as the fans are screaming and cheering for Steve Yzerman. That's what they hearken back to. They hearken back to glory days, and they're thinking that Steve Yzerman can turn this around as a GM and build a Cup contender team. We are not even close to a Cup contender team right now. And Isaac, you hit it right again on the head. This is a big test for Steve Yzerman these next 2 games. If you have the guts, and if you lose both of those games on the homestand, which I think they're going to, because even though the Islanders and Bruins are middle of the road, not that good teams, I think they're still better than the Red Wings.
Yeah.
You fire Derek Lalonde after those 2 games.
No excuses.
No excuses. If you lose those next 2 games, I want Derek Lalonde gone.
And if not, we go to LCA and we protest. We'll be back home in time, so we can. At least we have the Pistons.
At least we have
the Pistons.
That's a refreshing statement.
It's refreshing.
I like saying it.
The Red Wings tripped and fell, so the Red Wings could happily skip through a forest.
You mean the Pistons?
What?
You said the Red Wings skipped through a forest?
No, I said the Red Wings fell down a hole so the Pistons could skip through a forest.
Yes.
I said that.
Yes. All right,
both teams have 7 wins, but we look at them both entirely differently.
Well, yeah, because it's a different state.
The Pistons are a competent 7-win team, while the Red Wings are a garbage 7-win
And I never thought those words would come out of any of our
I thought it'd be the opposite, but
however, the Red Wings obviously have everybody everybody in Detroit kind of losing their marbles here.
You're making me want to sell this jersey back to him.
We're gonna
Will you
end
buy it
today.
back, Anthony?
No, I'm not. We're going to
There's
end
your
today on a Shams Charania bomb.
Oh.
Alfred Payton is signing with the Pelicans.
Ooh.
That's what we're ending it on today.
I thought you were going to say Pistons.
No, we're not making any in-season moves.
Oh, yes. Alfred Payton, New York Knicks legend.
Yes, Orlando
Okay.
Magic legend. This is like 2019 all over again.
2017 all over again. Remember when he got when his hair blocked his shot?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it got in his eyes.
Yep.
Oh man, should we do some housekeeping?
Housekeeping.
We don't have a show next Wednesday.
Oh yeah, we don't. All right, so let's do some housekeeping. So next Monday will be our Thanksgiving extravaganza special. We're gonna do.
It's a turkey.
Okay.
Didn't sound like a
That
turkey.
did not- That's a little more better.
There we go.
I don't know what that first
Second
sound
time's the
was.
charm.
So it's going to be our Thanksgiving special. We're going to have some fun on that show. It's going to be a good show. We're not going to have a show on next Wednesday. So next Monday will be our final show for a week, and then we'll be back on the Monday after Thanksgiving. That's all we have for today's show. Thank you for tuning in. Card Guys Season 3, Episode 21 on 101.1 The Beat and YouTube. Stay tuned again. Monday's program. We have the Thanksgiving special. We're going to talk, you guessed it, more football.
Yes.
We're also going to have our Thanksgiving fun. For my good buddies Isaac Haffenden, Ryan Donnelly, and Michael Rosenkranz, I'm Anthony Schulte saying so long, everybody.
Love you, Mom and Dad. Thank you so much, Bob and Papa, for the birthday card. I'll see y'all next week.
Happy birthday, Jason Eric, and also Tarek Skubal.
Big ticket to J13, Ryan.
Yes.
Wait, is his birthday today?
It is.
Oh, you share a birthday with him. That's sweet.
That's awesome. Happy birthday.